I know that you have seen this before. Prospect comes in, nearly texts you, ring you over the weekend, whatever it is. Someone comes in from one of your ads, for example, on Facebook. Say, hey, listen, I'm looking for help with this. I just a couple of questions. I need to understand this, this, and this, so on and so forth. Oh yeah, perfect. Let's get a call. When works for you, or do you want to even do it now? You have the conversation, you do the research, you get all the information, and you go ahead, do the research, see what options are available. You go to get back in touch with the client, present the findings to them after spending an hour or so doing the research, and you can't get a hold of them. You try ringing them, they don't answer. You try texting them. You see the little blue ticks on WhatsApp to see that they're actually reading the messages and they're still not getting back to you. What's going on? Why is this the case? Today I want to explain it. And I also want to explain how to fix it too, because there absolutely are ways around this. But bringing awareness to it is going to be the most important thing that we can do. So let's jump into it. The first thing that I want to write out here, meta leads. A thorn in many advisors' side. Our leads going in from Meta. I want to draw something to your attention straight away. Most people coming in from Meta are what would be considered problem aware, but not solution aware. So, what do I mean by this? Problem aware, someone that resonates with your message. And let's say you're running ads on Facebook, Meta, whatever it is, and you say, are you looking to do this? You're looking to manage your monthly outgoings, looking to do some renovations, additional borrowing, etc. Hey, yeah, I am looking to do that. Let me click on this ad. Let me speak with somebody. But you might not understand the different rates involved, the different costs involved. You might not know the type of kitchen that you want. You might not. There's a lot of things you want to build out, right? People typically are slow with making decisions, and general consensus is that only about 3% of any given market is ready to buy right now. The other 97 are still in information gathering mode, where they're looking to understand their options, understand the implications, the consequences, etc., so on and so forth. So recognize that you're dealing with people who are typically problem aware, but not necessarily solution aware. It's not to say that you can't get people solution aware, by the way. Don't worry. We're going to build that out now. But the reason that this is so important for me to bring up first is because you're probably typically dealing with existing clients, people you've already worked with in the past where the relationship's already there. They're calling up for renewal. They're looking to do some additional borrowing, for example. The sale was secured a long time ago, wherever you started working with them. And when it comes to referrals, people coming from that, that's people who, they've made the decision. They're looking to go ahead with something. They're just looking for the advisor at that stage, and you need to provide the solution. That's all. So that's the biggest thing when it comes to meta leads. Problem aware, but not necessarily solution aware. So if there's an opportunity for them to drop off, an opportunity for them to not commit any more time, any more effort, they're going to, because their situation isn't painful enough for them to really do anything about it. One of the biggest things that you're going to want to do is build trust and build a relationship with this individual, first of all. So I want to say trust. And I'll put this in brackets, with advisor. That's something very important that you need to build out. And the second point, it's not coined by myself, I stole it from Charlie Morgan, but for the purposes of financial services, yeah, this is going to be something new. Let's call it the gap. You want to build up the trust and you want to build the gap. What does this actually mean? When it comes to the trust side of things, right, you don't just trust anyone for the sake of trusting them, right? I'm sure you're watching this, you're seeing me for the first time, probably somewhat skeptical if you am. If you've been watching me for a while, you're probably still somewhat skeptical, and that's absolutely fine. We trust friends, we trust family because we've known them for years. We've had repeated positive impressions with them. But we don't trust strangers because we don't know them. We're not familiar with them. You want to build as much trust as you can with people. And the way that you're going to do that isn't just by sending them your website, sending them a flyer, for example, send them a text saying, check out my LinkedIn. It's repeated positive impressions over time. And if we look at where people spend their time, yeah, in person's a great way of doing this, but you're not traveling to fucking, I don't know, St. Neots from London just to meet somebody for the sake of it. There's an easy way of doing it, and you can do it through social media. People are spending more and more time on their phones. And this isn't just me like plugging my service in because this is what I do. Like, this is just reality. People are spending more and more and more time on their phones. Mark Zuckerberg is as rich as he is because platforms and other businesses know that by getting their products on his page, by paying to advertise on his pages, on his platforms, that they can make more money. And that's why Facebook is making so much money as well. It's because people are spending time there. And whenever people spend time there, well, you can build that trust. So getting content out there, understanding what people's problems are, what their concerns are, what they're looking for, building content around that. even just building viral style content to reel people in initially and then sell them on the nurture content later on down the line. That's what's going to build up that trust, going to build up that presence. So for me, what I'd be looking to do is get people to my socials, get them to see more of me in a positive way. So say you speak with somebody about, say, consolidating debts, for example, you want to say to them, hey, listen, I actually have a longer form video similar to this one that I'm filming right now, which runs you through the implications of debt consolidation, things you need to be aware of. How I helped another client see if this actually resonates with you, see if this could be right for yourself. Do you think after watching 20 minutes of someone talking about debt consolidation, you're going to be more inclined to take action on it or think this could be good for you? Absolutely. And you're going to get some people at that stage who'll drop off. You'll say, this isn't for me. That's absolutely fine because you disqualify someone. It means less time and energy being spent on them. So building up that brand, understanding how to build trust, understanding how to build authority. Read up on this, by the way. Guys, you can absolutely just go ahead and read a book. Influence by Robert Cialdini. Absolutely go ahead and read it. Understand what makes people tick and what makes people trust others as well. Read up on this stuff and build your brand around it. And when it comes to the gap, this is where a strong sales process comes in. A lot of advisors, whenever you're dealing with someone who has made the decision to go ahead, where the sale is made at the point of contact, you just need to provide the solution. You don't need a strong sales process. You don't need to understand what makes people tick. You don't need to understand human behavior, what we like, what we avoid, so on and so forth. And you can get away without it. And that's fine whenever you have the relationship built up. But when you're speaking with someone that doesn't fully trust you yet, doesn't fully know what the solution is, and in that problem aware stage, you need to understand what happens if they don't take action, or the consequences of doing nothing and sitting on this. What are the implications for you, for your family, for your career, for your financial situation, so on and so forth. Build all of that out. What happens if we sit on this for another 6 months, 12 months? Debt consolidation, that can be really serious, guys. Like, someone could be paying $500 a month just to service interest, and if they're, not making as much of a dent into that as they think, well, things can get really expensive really quickly. But they might not know this, might not be aware of this. Build it out with them and make that pain sit and sting with them. This might sound a bit manipulative, but at the end of the day, it's better for you to make the sale because your business will grow it, and better for the client as well. So everybody wins. And building that out is going to allow them to take action. But most people aren't going to be willing to sit in a call for 30 minutes just to do discovery, to build out the right list of questions that they need to ask people, to learn how to think on their feet, to ask the right questions at the right time, to uncover objections and uncertainties, to dig a little bit deeper, ask the uncomfortable questions that people don't want to ask. People don't want to do this stuff, and it's why they don't make the sales that they want to make. But if you do, you will. Build out that future position as well. What's going to happen if they do this? What are the benefits? What are the positive implications too? All that stuff is going to build the gap between their current position and their desired position. And if your solution, your service, you helping them, is able to plug the two positions, well, you're going to act as that bridge. You're going to act as the way to bridge the gap. And they're going to be more inclined to act with you if you're able to build out those two positions correctly. And the last stage is getting tie downs from people as well. So one of the biggest issues, like I said at the start of the video, let me go do some research, let me try and get back to you, so on and so forth. They're not yet your client. So why are you doing work for them? I have some clients who will actually charge a fee at this stage just to go ahead and do research. And that's obviously taken off of the fee on successful application, right? But you don't necessarily need to charge a fee. Even just good sales, good tie downs from people. Hey, listen, absolutely, I think this could be something that we can do. Would you like me to be your mortgage advisor and get this sorted for you so that you don't need to speak with anybody else? Or is there still a concern with me? Or do you want to visit? Obviously, don't say all of that. I'm just helping you understand my thought process on it. Don't say that to a client. For goodness sake, that'd be awful. But you get my point. Would you like me to be the one that handles this for you? Are you speaking with anybody else? Okay, what do you think somebody else is going to achieve for you that I can't achieve? Okay, do you see that because of X, Y, and Z that it doesn't make sense for you to do this? Oh yeah, good point. Okay, cool. So now that I'm here, I can sort this for you. We can catch up tomorrow. We'll go through the findings. Would you like me to be your advisor? Direct questions. Getting tied on from people. There is no let me get back to you. There is only let's set this time in the future and we can do X, Y, Z in between. Whenever we get on, we'll do this. How does that sound? We'll do this because it helps you solve X, Y, Z and we can achieve this. Making sure that it loops back to them, making sure that it's relevant to them. And I know this sounds really basic. It almost sounds like I'm speaking to a 5-year-old, but simplicity scales. Being simple is always going to work for you, and being definitive and giving people clarity, giving them direction, giving them confidence. All these things work. They work for a reason. It's why people constantly beat that drum. And then there's just follow-ups. You might get a case where you're speaking with somebody and they're just genuinely not ready to do something. They're way too far off the idea of seeing that this is right for them. They fully don't understand the implications, and it might take them, 2 or 3 months of burying their head in the sand before they do something about it. And sometimes the best salesman in the world can't overcome that. So having touch points by email, having touch points by SMS, automating that stuff so you don't have to stay on top of it, doing some manual ones every once in a while as well. That is what's going to maintain that familiarity and allow you to stay in touch with them over a longer period of time too. So by building all of that into your process, having the strong organic presence, referring people to it, making sure it's relevant to them, getting them on for video calls and fully building out their current position, their desired position, building out that gap, and being very definitive with your language, being very direct with them, getting tie downs, and being consistent with your follow-ups, you'll be able to get rid of the issue of people ghosting you. They're not going to want to. It won't be possible for that to happen. And it might not have been your fault or your issue before this. It might have just been something you were suffering with. But now that you're aware of this stuff, there really is no excuse at this stage. But I understand there's a learning process with this. I can't just say this because I was born this way. I had spent a lot of time learning this stuff, a lot of failures. And it's that time that it takes to get to where you need to get to that really costs people. Because if you were doing it, for the next 6 years instead of learning it for the next 6 years, that's 6 years worth of increased profits that you could be making in your business. And that's very expensive for those that don't make that step. But that's why I'm here, right? It's my entire business model. I help people with getting up to that stage where they can secure those sales from prospects that they'll have thought otherwise they couldn't do. So if you're looking for my advice on that, to shortcut that process, absolutely click down below. I'm more than happy to chat through, see if what I'm doing could be suitable for yourself as well and help scale your business. We can understand what your own problems are, where you're going to say things, if I could be suitable to help with it. And if not, absolutely fine. I appreciate you tuning in for the video either way. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one as well. Take care.